faithfully delivering value and interpreting great books from around the world. Hello, this is Sally's Book Talk. Today, we're exploring the book Eat Dirt, subtitled Strengthen the Gut, Boost Immunity, The Holistic Health Revolution. Eat dirt is a trendy phrase. Being so poor you have to eat dirt is just a joke. But this book is dead serious about telling you to eat dirt. You'd think that with better living conditions today, eating nutritious and tasty food isn't hard. So why bother with dirt? If it's for some custom or lifestyle reason, that could be possible. For instance, in Tanzania, Africa, they sell little red bars in markets that look like dried sweet potato, but they're actually mud cakes. Um, Locals believe that foods like mud clams and mud cakes provide nutrition for pregnant women and help alleviate illnesses. This aligns with the author Josh Axe's view that consuming soil is good for health. Josh Axe is a natural medicine expert in the US. Natural medicine uses natural substances for healing and focuses on boosting the body's own ability to recover. Axe's key research is on repairing the gut and enhancing immunity by eating dirt. During the 2012 London Olympics, he was the US team's traveling doctor, using his eat dirt theory to care for athletes like swimmer Michael Phelps. Axe compiled his years of research and clinical experience into the book Eat Dirt. Upon release, this book was a hit with readers, topping Amazon's bestsellers in the disease category. Axe's theory posits that modern habits, diet, cleaning methods, damage the gut, causing modern epidemics like allergies, asthma, digestive issues, arthritis, even depression and diabetes. The key to treating these diseases is to start by healing the gut. And the cure is simple. Just eat dirt in moderation. Now, let's cover the two main points of this book on the eat dirt theory. First, why do modern folks need to eat dirt? Second, how to eat dirt properly. All right, let's dive into the first point. Why do modern people need to eat dirt? Compared to a century ago, modern people live longer on average, thanks to several advancements. For instance, advances in modern medicine have tackled major diseases. Better sanitation has reduced infections, and plentiful food offers complete nutrition, among others. So, all of this makes our bodies healthier. But it's really strange that some diseases that used to be rare are suddenly becoming common now, like allergies. Back in the day, it was rare to hear about any kid having allergies. Also, more and more people are suffering from unexplained abdominal pain, diarrhea, and even rheumatoid arthritis, diabetes, autism, etc., with each showing different symptoms. When doctors treat these, they often focus on suppressing symptoms rather than digging into the root causes. The author of this book classifies all these diseases as autoimmune diseases. Based on years of clinical experience and research, he makes a startling discovery. Autoimmune diseases are likely all linked to leaky gut syndrome. Leaky gut syndrome means increased permeability of the intestinal mucosa. Simply put, it's a gut disorder where the intestinal lining is damaged, letting harmful bacteria enter the blood and cause various inflammations. Leaky gut syndrome is actually quite common and can indirectly trigger autoimmune diseases, subtly affecting our health. To understand why leaky gut happens, we first need to know how the gut functions. The gut is a vital organ that absorbs nutrients and blocks toxins in the body. When food enters the gut, the intestinal mucosa identifies good and bad stuff, absorbing the useful, rejecting the harmful, and destroying the dangerous. To pull this off, the gut must carefully manage its relationship with gut microbes. And why do we say that? Actually, there are huge numbers of microbes in our bodies. In the gut alone, there are at least trillions. Out of these trillions, harmful bacteria make up about 15%, with the other 85% being beneficial bacteria and some neutral ones that aren't good or bad. This ratio is crucial for keeping the gut healthy. Only in this balanced state can the gut immune system work right. If the balance gets messed up, harmful bacteria multiply, overloading the immune system, and weakening the gut's defenses. To put it simply, normally, the cells in the intestinal mucosa are tightly packed, forming a solid barrier to stop harmful molecules from leaking into the blood. Once harmful bacteria take over, they invade the gut wall, creating pores in the mucosa. So harmful bacteria can march straight in, entering the bloodstream. That's how gut leakage happens. So what was a temporary immune response becomes constant, overworking the system until it can't tell friend from foe, even attacking our own tissues and triggering autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis and diabetes. That's why leaky gut causes autoimmune diseases. Now we know microbial imbalance affects both gut and overall health. So, why does this imbalance suddenly happen? The author believes it's because modern people eat too little dirt. Sounds unbelievable, right? Then let's hear the author's explanation. Soil contains beneficial microbes, called soil based organisms. Some ease allergies and unexplained pain with irreplaceable effects. Plus, they're hard to synthesize artificially. Throughout evolution, humans constantly interacted with soil, intentionally or not. This process let us absorb soil-based organisms, building robust immunity and a healthy gut environment. But as primitive lifestyles gave way to modern ones, we drifted from soil, losing microbial exposure, making our guts increasingly fragile. The author lists 5 major gut damaging factors. First is the modern diet. Most people think modern diets mean fast food and packaged items, loaded with excess fats, sugars, and additives. Raw foods, after processing, they lose nutrients and gain carbs, bad fats, flavorings, and preservatives, overburdening the gut, disrupting flora, and causing massive damage. If we avoid these dangerous processed foods, are we safe? No, we must also watch healthy foods that secretly harm the gut. Take milk, common known as a protein and calcium source. What's less known? Nearly all commercial milk undergoes homogenization, oxidizing fats and creating free radicals. Free radicals are unstable oxygen molecules that weaken the immune system and cause intestinal inflammation. Breakfast cereal is common too, right? And what we know is that it's made from healthy grains like wheat. What we don't know is that wheat contains not only gut irritating phytic acid, but also so-called supercarb amylose. This starch causes blood sugar spikes after eating, leading to obesity issues. Sugars are one of the main culprits behind obesity and diabetes. There was a time when sugar substitutes became trendy. Even cola got sugar-free labels. But was it really sugar-free? Of course not. These substitutes are actually artificial sweeteners called sucralose. Not only can't the body digest it, but it also kills beneficial gut bacteria, causing leaky gut. The second gut damaging factor is over-reliance on cleanliness. Humans haven't been trying to eliminate bacteria, parasites, and dust for long, only about 50 to 100 years. Before that, people didn't seem to care about these invisible microbes. What changed things was a key figure in medical history. French chemist and biologist Louis Pasteur championed the germ theory of disease and improved vaccination techniques, revolutionizing modern medicine. Since Pasteur's time, people increasingly trust germ-killing drugs and add antimicrobials to most household products. We can't deny eliminating harmful bacteria is important for health, but the problem is we sometimes overdo it. Take bathing. Before the 20th century, Americans bathed about once a week. By the early 20th century, bath product companies launched aggressive ad campaigns. Americans started bathing daily, while Brazilians and Colombians went further, showering twice a day or more. Frequent bathing gives a false sense of cleanliness, but in reality it washes away skin microbes too. Skin microbe imbalances can cause conditions like eczema and psoriasis. It's not just bodies, people also obsess over washing food. Repeatedly rinsing ingredients with tap water washes away soil microbes, while leaving fluoride, which damages the gut lining and causes leaky gut. The third factor damaging gut health is the convenience of modern life. Modern life gives us many chances to slack off, like refrigerators, a kitchen essential, They bring convenience, but we seem to ignore the nutrient loss from refrigerating food. Research shows that within a week after harvest, vegetables lose 15% to 77% of their vitamin C. After going through transport, refrigeration, cooking, and other steps, how much nutrition is left? And how much can our gut actually absorb? We're not getting beneficial nutrients, not to mention we're unintentionally introducing toxins into our bodies. For example, in agricultural processes, pesticides and herbicides are widely used. While making farming easier, they leave toxic residues on produce. One study found that exposure to pesticides like chlorpyrifos significantly alters animal gut mucosa, making it easier for bacteria to pass through to the spleen, creating a vicious health cycle. You can imagine that eating food with pesticide residues adds burden to the liver and digestive system. The fourth gut damaging factor, you might not expect it, is a stressful life. The gut is the only organ besides the brain with a vast number of nerve cells, earning it the title the body's second brain. Gut nerve cells secrete neurotransmitters like dopamine that ease anxiety and bring satisfaction. But pathogenic microbes disrupt this secretion. Under stress, the gut releases cortisol and other stress hormones, irritating the mucosa and increasing leaky gut risk. And once leaky gut occurs, pathogenic microbes multiply, suppressing neurotransmitters like dopamine, creating a vicious cycle. In modern life, the stress people face is constant. That means we might be in a perpetual fight or flight state throughout life, keeping the body in a constant low-level emergency mode, where gut-harming chemical reactions occur more frequently. Moreover, for those who experience childhood trauma, the imprint of stress runs deeper. Their young bodies release more cortisol, a hormone that damages the gut, causing it to develop leaky patterns early on. These individuals are more likely to trigger autoimmune diseases when facing stressful events like family deaths, job loss, or divorce in adulthood. The final factor affecting gut health is drug abuse. To be precise, it's the overuse of antibiotics. When facing persistent flu coughs or respiratory illnesses, doctors tend to prescribe antibiotics because these illnesses can escalate quickly, and antibiotics work fast to nip serious diseases in the bud. No denying antibiotics are crucial against serious infections, but indiscriminate use kills beneficial gut bacteria, causing microbial imbalance and vulnerability to toxins, plus promoting antibiotic resistance. So, those are the 5 most common gut damaging factors in modern life. Though gut health is undermined in many ways, the core problem is microbial imbalance. Thus, the solution should focus on boosting beneficial microbes while reducing harmful ones. The fix is simple: eat dirt. Our second point is how to eat dirt properly. It doesn't mean literally adding braised mud or steamed dirt cakes to your diet, but getting small, repeated exposure to microbe-rich soil and dust. This isn't hard. Some folks might even be naturals at it because it involves things we used to do long ago or enjoyed as kids, like playing outdoors without minding dirt, hugging your dog after it rolls in grass, eating seasonal and local foods without excessive washing. Really, just by tweaking habits toward nature-connected living, we regain microbial contact and maintain gut balance. Even with limited soil contact today, there are ways to improve the gut microbiome. Based on his experience, the author created a 5-step Eat Dirt plan. Step 1. Ditch harmful foods. Open your pantry and fridge and clear out processed items like refined sugars and dairy. And don't hold back. This doesn't mean you'll starve. In fact, we can find healthier substitutes, like using unprocessed, organic, fermented goat milk instead of cow's milk and honey instead of sugar, etc. This might change your eating habits, and the process could be a bit painful, but from a gut health perspective, short-term pain is better than long-term suffering. Step 2, reseed probiotics. In step 1, we've already cleared out foods that harm the gut. Next, we need to seed beneficial bacteria. As we mentioned earlier, soil contains soil-based organisms, and among them, the Bacillus family has a highly effective therapeutic effect on gut diseases. But these bacteria aren't found in the human gut or common foods. They must be supplemented through nutritional additives. If you find that too troublesome, you can also eat foods with trace microbes like mushrooms such as shiitake or lion's mane, which work just fine. The mycelium they contain effectively boosts immunity. Another example is kefir yogurt, made from cow's or goat's milk and fermented with kefir grains. In the author's view, kefir yogurt is the most microbe-rich food globally and helps people allergic to milk, commonly called lactose intolerant. It improves lactose digestion and tolerance. Step 3. Restore gut health. The main approach is to change unhealthy eating habits, consume foods that aid gut recovery, and help rebuild a healthy gut environment. Now, add organic fruits, vegetables, meats, nuts, etc. to your shopping list, especially high fiber foods like broccoli, asparagus, and spinach, plus fermented veggies and drinks like apple cider vinegar and kimchi. They provide rich nutrition while nourishing the gut lining for recovery. Step 4, quickly release stress. The key here is finding stress relief methods that work for you. Some people find shoulder, neck massages or foot reflexology most effective as they release muscle tension and relax stress-related brain areas. Others think essential oils are more effective, like lavender or chamomile, which help ease anxiety and boost mood. Still others prefer exercise for stress relief, whether hiking, cycling, or indoor rock climbing, all naturally boosting energy and prompting feel-good hormone release. Step 5, reseal the gut. This is the final step of the Eat Dirt plan, aiming to heal the leaky gut and maintain this healthy state as long as possible. To do this, first try to avoid non-essential medications, which requires you to understand how drugs work and their potential risks to the body. At the same time, appropriately take nutritional supplements like probiotics and digestive enzymes. Their therapeutic effects fall between food and medicine, aiding gut healing. Um, Stick to these 5 steps for a while, and your body should see positive changes. Well, but to further address leaky gut, you'll need a more targeted, eat dirt approach. The author, combining Western medical experience with TCM theory, categorizes leaky gut into 5 types based on causes. Now, let's briefly go over them to help you identify your own type of leaky gut. Types and targeted treatments. The first type is called Candida-related leaky gut, caused by a fungus named Candida albicans. This fungus reproduces fastest in high humidity environments. So if your gut has excess dampness, showing symptoms like a thick white tongue coating, weight gain, slow metabolism, and loose stools, your risk of Candida-related leaky gut increases. The focus for this type is to suppress Candida overgrowth by eliminating dampness, avoid coffee, alcohol, high sugar foods, eat less cooling foods, and consume some bitter foods appropriately. The second type is stress-induced leaky gut. This is easy to understand. It's leaky gut triggered by mental stress. When stressed, the adrenal glands secrete hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, burdening the adrenals, kidneys, and thyroid, leading to fatigue, low libido, insomnia, hair loss, etc. The most direct solution for stress-induced leaky gut is to release stress, whether it's exercise, travel, a detox bath, or eating healthy salty foods. Adding dark foods and vitamin B2 rich foods like blueberries, purple cabbage, and eggplants can further reduce gut inflammation. The third type is immune-related leaky gut, the most severe form. If not treated promptly, it could lead to more severe immune disorders like enteritis, arthritis, eczema, depression, muscle pain, etc. Symptoms of this type of leaky gut usually include food or skin allergies. In some cases, allergic reactions may appear 2 or 3 days later. Other symptoms like reduced attention span, memory loss, fatigue, and low blood sugar are often mistaken for other conditions. But actually, treatment for allergy-induced immune leaky gut is simple. Identify your allergens at the hospital and avoid them to prevent immune system overload. The fourth leaky gut type is undiagnosed stomach disorder type, with acid reflux as the main symptom. Recall if you feel bloated about an hour after eating, like food stuck in your chest with a burning sensation. If yes, that's acid reflux. It's when sour or bitter fluid flows back into your throat or mouth after meals, causing stomach related leaky gut. The top three causes are overwork, insufficient chewing, and overeating. So, treatment focuses on improving eating habits, eat less, chew slower, and adding moderate exercise. This also brings extra benefits like fat reduction and stress relief. The last type is toxin related leaky gut. Toxin related leaky gut happens when liver and gallbladder function weakens. Our liver and gallbladder are vital detox organs that process fatty foods. Excessive fats and toxins overload them, impair bile secretion, and stress the small intestine. Toxin related leaky gut can lead to gallbladder or nervous system disorders. The solution? Eat more green foods like leafy greens, cucumbers, celery, etc. These fresh foods contain abundant enzymes that support liver and gallbladder work. Important. If leaky gut symptoms severely impact daily life with no improvement, seeing a doctor is best. Okay, that covers the core content of Eat Dirt. The reasons why modern people need to eat dirt and the correct ways to do it. The conclusion drawn is that modern lifestyles are problematic. Modern lifestyles, including poor diets, improper cleaning, emotional mismanagement, and medication misuse, all damage gut health. Restoring gut health is actually simple. Start by tackling the root causes. Change your diet, clean moderately, release stress, cut back on antibiotics and meds to welcome microbes back and rebuild a healthy gut environment. That wraps up our discussion of Eat Dirt. You'll find reading notes below the audio. See you tomorrow.